Do you have a cologne that actually works for the cold weather? Here are 5 winter colognes under $33 that I know you'll love, why you'll love them, and everything you need to know about them. The first cheap winter cologne is Calvin Klein One Shock. It's like using a machete to cut through an apple instead of a butter knife. That's just how much better it is for the cold weather. The scent bubble is big and intense, but it only lasts about 6 hours. 2 to 3 sprays are perfect to give you this fragrance's very warm and rich combination of amber and tobacco with some sweet spiciness. Next up is the cheapest fragrance on this list, Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla. It is only $19 and still one of the best vanilla fragrances. It is a sweet and rich vanilla with energizing and peppery cardamom spice that just coat the edges. If this cardamom was replaced with cinnamon, this fragrance would smell like a straight up snickerdoodle. Spice and black vanilla is super comforting and attractive. It lasts 6 hours with a decent scent bubble. On a compliment scale, this is gonna get a solid 8 out of 10. As we get into some of the better cheap winter colognes, how do you know these are all quality enough? Well, I'll be the first to say they are not to the quality of Tom Ford New York Extreme or Bulgari Man in Black, but none of these are so synthetic or smell off-putting because of how affordable they are. Now, the third cheap winter cologne is Guess Seductive Homme. It has 6 parts that really stick out to me. The last 2 just really knocked the ball out of the park on this one. The first thing is that this simply deserves more attention than it gets. Now, the second thing, the performance is just okay. The scent bubble is always light, but only lasts 6 hours on the skin, but this can be worn all year round except on the hottest days of summer. Now, the third thing that really sticks out to me, this is noticeably masculine and perfectly balances being mature and playful. I do love that it's never too extreme in either of these aspects, always making it very wearable. So now onto the scent. Seductive Homme has a lot going on, but it's never overwhelming. I smell orange, pink pepper, powder, florals, amber, and musk notes, but the main idea is that it starts with mandarin orange. Nothing like cutting open a fresh one. It is very smooth and creamy, almost milky, and then finishes with a bubblegum type aroma. It is a heavy sweetness and a powdery amber warmth. The entire time is very captivating and one of the best seducers on a budget. It's not a big compliment getter for me, but if you want to impress your girlfriend, wife, whoever they are, this is an excellent choice, and this is one of the 2 reasons that I included it on this list. It's hard to find this quality and alluring nature for only $23. The only other fragrance that comes close to this is Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla, but Seductive Homme is still the better of the 2 for me. Now, the last part that really sticks out to me, and the second reason for why it's on this list, if Seductive Homme costed $50, it would still be worth it. Now, if you want more attention-grabbing scents, you'll need the next 2, and let me tell you, these are by far the most unique on the list. Versace the Dreamer is the 4th cheap winter cologne, and it has a list of things that stand out. First, this is an old school fragrance. It's wearable by everyone, but gets harder the younger you are. Next, this is the most affordable Versace fragrance. It's only about $33. If you own anything like Versace Doe and Blue or Versace Pour Homme, you'll know that you can get these fragrances for a steal, but still get great quality. It is no different with the Dreamer. Now, the third thing, this stands out too much for some. The Dreamer has a very decisive and masculine nature. I can guarantee you that not everyone is going to like it, whether that be you or those around you. Now, the next thing you need to know, the performance is average. This only lasts 6 to 7 hours on the skin with light to moderate projection. But the good thing is the versatility. With spray moderation, this can be worn all year round. So now onto the scent. This is not your typical tobacco fragrance. It is very floral and soapy with an intense spicy greenness. And then after a few hours when the tobacco comes out to play, this smells like an unsmoked cigar. And the last thing you need to know, this is a must-have for all collectors. It's almost like a rite of passage in fragrances. Now, the 5th cheap winter cologne, it is the most decisive and unique on this list. You'll need to develop an acquired taste for this fragrance. It's like when you hated sushi as a 13-year-old, but now as an adult, all your dinner dates are for sushi. It is so decisive because it is very masculine, mature, and unique. A lot of people struggle to fall in love with this on the first spray, and upon the first spray, it is all about spicy woods. The cypress note is pretty much the only thing I can smell for the entire wear. There are some damp, piney, dark, and earthy smells as well, but honestly, this smells like walking through a forest at 7 a.m., hours after a fresh rain, picking up a handful of brown pine needles and smelling it. And I mean this in the best and highest quality way possible. This fragrance has above average performance. It only lasts 7 hours on the skin, but has a huge scent bubble, so definitely be careful to never overspray this. And this fragrance is Lalique en Côte d'Or. Now, these are all winter colognes. If you want fragrances for all year round, check out this video.